Welcome to the Westlake Charter School monthly podcast for the month of October. Let's go ahead and get started with a round of introductions. I'm Lila McIver, your principal at Westlake Charter High School.
I'm Jessica Block, the principal at the K-8 campus.
And I'm Felix Flores, your WAVE president.
And I am so excited to be co-hosting this month with my co-partner in principaling. Do you like that I turned it into a verb?
Yes.
Mrs. Block.
All right. So kind of we'll follow the same format. We'll do celebrations. We'll do a lightning round of events, all the upcoming stuff for October. Talk about our core value for the month, and then send it over to Felix and let us know how you can get involved with WAVE and all of our awesome events and things that are coming up this month. So I will go ahead and start off with celebrations. Does anyone have one they want to start us off with?
Felix, I'll fight you for it.
I'll go last.
Okay. Great.
I'll launch with my celebration. I am celebrating here at the high school, our club life. I just have had moments walking around campus where I have been so excited about what's happening with so many of our different clubs. We had the Echo Club, which is kind of our homegrown disaster preparedness club. They brought out the Sacramento Fire Department yesterday. We had our Key Club was staying after school with their advisor to make sandwiches for the unhoused. Our Film Club was doing a session with their president on how to capture shots. And our Dungeons and Dragons Club was like hanging out, just playing. And so it was just this really, over the past week, this really great glance to like look around and see all the different interests that are represented through our clubs.
Love that. I will go. We had on the K campus a yearly favorite. The Touch of Understanding came out last week, and they are an organization that brings diversity and inclusion of people with all sorts of different disabilities to the campus to give students a good chance to learn some empathy and hear about other people's experience. They practice in wheelchairs, they practice with a cane, they had a dyslexia one with like a mirror writing, and but they also hear from community members who have those disabilities and what their experiences is like. And so it is such a great moment for our fourth graders every year participate in that, and you see other kids around campus. Oh, I remember when we did that. Hey, do you remember when we were in fourth grade? And the younger students are like, I'm ready. I want to know when do I get to do the wheelchairs or the different things. So we love partnering with them, and our fourth grade team puts on a great on-campus field lesson.
Can I say I'm a fourth grade parent, so I got to have a kid come home who was very excited, and I will just ditto to that, but I appreciated that it is about both visible and invisible disabilities and an understanding and a development about empathy of different experiences. So that really was a wonderful conversation that she was able to come home with also.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Touch of Understanding has a special place in my heart. I had a detached retina 3 years ago. And so not everyone knows that, like, I have actually a pretty blurry left eye. I can't read things. If you have bingo night, you realize that I sometimes mess up my letters and reading things. And so, like, I'm like, oh, they get to put this out there. People get to see and hear and empathize. I think it's great. My celebration is the number 350. That is the number of students that have participated in Olympic Triathlon's fundraiser this year. Jazz hands for all of that. We've moved up since 2023, having 236 students involved in the fundraiser. Last year we had 294. And so over 350 students have participated in the fundraiser this year, which helped us reach our goal of $45,000 to reach. And so I'm super excited to celebrate that. Also, if you don't mind, I'll do a 2-for-1. Olympic Triathlon on Friday, September 26th was an amazing event. Super, super awesome. A little hot for some of us out there. I got sunburn out there on the field. We had over 60 volunteers come in and work with us to do art specialties, activities, PE activities, Spanish activities. It was great. It was good to see the excitement, enthusiasm out there. The kids were having a blast. I saw a couple of them, running the hardest. I was like, man, we're gonna have to do some showers later on tonight. But it was a great event. So yeah, I just wanted to celebrate overall Olympic triathlon with its two main factors: the fundraising and the field day event. Was just an awesome kind of way to cap them up.
Love that. It was a great day. And I, as a high school mom, my daughter had an appointment in the morning. She's like, but I gotta be there by advisory. It is very important. I must be at school by advisory. I said, okay, great. We'll make sure you get there. So excited to, as our advisory, speaks to that as well. I think I could go on and on about all of our Olympic triathlon stuff, but we have a whole big fun month of October coming up, and a lot of stuff happening. So, are we ready to kind of lightning round through all the things that are happening in October?
Take it away, Block.
All right. We have our fall break, which is next week. So Monday through Friday of next week, it will be no school, and on the K-8 campus base is also closed.
Got it. And on Monday, October 13th through Friday, October 17th, when we return from break, it is Start With Hello Week, which is our anti-bullying week.
Yeah, that same week, October 13th through 17th, is also the high school's conference week, starting with making sure you have a quick note that early release is at 1:30 p.m. that week.
Yes. And we have our first middle school dance that Friday, October 17th at 4 p.m. here on the K-8 campus.
And Monday, October 20th through Friday, October 24th is our Red Ribbon Week and a K-8 Spirit Week.
Yeah, to cap out a Red Ribbon Week at the high school, we have ours also Spirit Day, which is Red Out Day, meaning everyone should be wearing their red that day.
And then we have Saturday, October 25th, our Fall Festival is coming up from 3 to 6 p.m.
And then we're finishing up our October events on Friday, October 31st during lunch. We will have our Westlake Charter High School Club fundraising fair. Okay, team, which one are you looking forward to and why?
I will be.
We're saying fall break. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I will, selfishly, again, as a parent, I'm looking for an opportunity to go to conferences. Conferences is such a great opportunity to sit with our advisory teacher I just spoke so highly of, but just a good chance for even as high school families to come together to have a conference and hear about their child's progress. And so I always love conference week, both here at K, but also as a high school parent. I know that is something that is really important to our teachers and also as parents.
Yes. I'm super excited about that also. I am also excited about that last event on Friday, October 31st. We'll have our first club fundraiser fair here at the high school. It is this great lunchtime activity. We have an extended lunch. Our clubs are selling food or maybe items that they've made. And it is just a really joyful community event to end the month on.
Yeah, I think my wave leadership would beat me up if I didn't say that Fall Festival is the one we're most excited about, October 25th. But I was curious, can y'all share a little bit like what happens in Red Ribbon Week? That's like a tongue twister there. Just interesting if y'all know what activities we're planning and what's going to be going on there.
Yeah, I can speak to the K-8 campus here. So we have our Red Ribbon Week in conjunction with our counseling team who help provide lessons on making healthy choices, about taking care of your body. It is a kind of the say no to drug kind of things. On the K-8 campus, we have a really great opportunity to have a spirit week. So each day that week, we have all sorts of different dress up opportunities. I think there is a be brave and athletic, but like a wear your athletic gear, a keep your paws off drugs. So I like animal print day. We have the color day. So keep an eye out in the weekly for those kind of special dress up days that are coming. But it's in conjunction with our counselor, with our advisory, and through morning meeting, lessons about staying healthy, lessons about making positive choices, and there's even some door decorating that happens. So it's kind of a lot of fun for the week, but also really helping kids to make positive, healthy choices.
I love it. I think it's so important during Red Ribbon Week that we're really looking at it through that lens of healthy choices for both your mind and body, right? That is something that is important for our kindergartners through our 12th graders to understand that.
You ready to talk about core value celebrations?
Bring it on.
Yep.
Who'd like to go first?
Well, this month's core value is excellence, correct? If I'm not mistaken. And we kind of look for that in positive decision making, being able to, what is it, digital
citizenship, like as
social awareness. And what was the last one?
Positive making, social awareness, self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm happy to kick it off since I started reading it. Obviously, my font's a little too small for my eyes, so I'll zoom that in later. But I wanted to talk about excellence around the digital citizenship. Particularly, I had the awesome privilege of being able to work with dozens of parents and guardians and family members over the last few weeks on our Classroom Volunteer 101. And part of that was discuss protecting student privacy, being able to celebrate your wins. And the conversations lend itself a little bit to kind of what does digital citizenship look like? How do you use your devices correctly? And so we talked about the impulses of wanting to celebrate and tell everything that was going on in the classroom and what the events were like, but also how do you prioritize having a sense of what the students' experience is going to look like, or what that information is going to be spread out there. And I think for a lot of parents, this was common sense and it made sense, but we used a lot of empathy work to be what if someone had, shared information or images of your student without your permission? How would you feel about that? And I think it really made it a connecting point. All of that I felt really landed in the sense of have a standard of excellence when it came to being community and looking out for our students. How do we protect that in the classroom? And so while I think the other 3 points with excellence are really strong ones, I just thought this was a unique way that parents particularly got connected through digital citizenship and excellence by having what the volunteer experience looks like in the classroom and how to kind of document that and discuss it with others.
Yeah. I will tell you that Digital Citizenship Week is coming up also in October. And so I was looking at all the materials last night, and there were some opportunities to provide families with how to talk to your students about healthy screen time limits and how to have a positive online presence. And so, keep an eye out in the weekly for some of those also parent resources on how to help their students learn that. But we also do that through advisory lessons and things like that. I was going to comment on the social awareness. Our leadership team of our students is led by Miss Chapman, a new teacher to us this year who's been leading high school ASB for a long time. And so she is here leading that. And so it's so cool. She's given the students so much leadership opportunities. And so there's a whole section, a committee. She calls them commissions. They're very important. So the commission goes out to learn about different cultures. So we're talking about Hispanic Heritage Month coming up. And so there were students who wanted to go interview other students about their Hispanic heritage. And they're planning our dance and they're involved in Red Ribbon Week. So that social awareness of hey, what are the perspectives of others and how do they bring that to all of our students? So we'll celebrate them.
My award for excellence this month is going to our counseling team here at the high school. I guess I would kind of classify them. They kind of fall in all 4 of those focus areas, but I guess we'll be celebrating social awareness. Our counselors here, both Miss Luna and Miss Salvador, are just so committed to knowing students, knowing our staff, knowing families. I've gotten to sit in a number of meetings with them, supporting students, talking through building relationships. I just have so much respect for the work they do and the commitment that they have to supporting students and knowing them and making sure that we are providing both social, emotional, academic, and career and college guidance here at the high school.
I love that. All right. I think that's going to wrap up our podcast this month. I'm sorry, Felix, how can we get involved in WAVED? We want to hear all about it.
Oh, good. I am always prepared for that question. So getting involved with Wave, I would say a couple of things. One, continue to attend our coffee talks on the first Fridays of each month. Typically, they'll be at the K-8 campus in the library. However, we will have some high school opportunities as well, which we announce shortly in the weekly. Those are a great way for parents to kind of be able to hear updates from admin, from Wave team, but it's also a chance for some reciprocal conversations for us to kind of maybe hear what's going on in our parents' minds around questions, curiosities, ideas that they could have to help with campuses. So come through for that. The big one though, and where to land it at, is Fall Festival. And so last year we had over 750 families attend Fall Festival at the K campus. It was an amazing event, tons of energy and work. However, anyone that attended last year know that we kind of thrive and survive off of volunteer activities with that. And so while we actually have some awesome high school students that are going to be working with us on the volunteer side, we actually have a couple local businesses and Chamber and Commerce folks who are going to work with us to be able to be on the campus. We are still going to need a lot of parents out there to help us out with the booths, whether that's dessert walk, haunted house, some of the activities booths, foods booths. So we would love to get some of our folks who were at OT to boomerang back and come with us. And we had an awesome showing of K through first grade volunteers. Keep those numbers up. We love to see anywhere from 2nd to 12th show up as well to kind of spice up our little bit of our volunteer diversity there. But it's a great way to get involved. The easiest way to do that is go to westlakewave.com, check on events, click Fall Festival. There'll be a sign-up list that will be available for people to get involved with that. And it's a little asterisk. I'll be working during fall break, putting together sign-up lists for almost all of our activities for the rest of the year. So if you're one of those calendar future planners who want to know what's going on in April 2026, you'll get a chance to be able to sign up then as well.
Thank you, Felix. Sorry, I've tried to cut you off. All right. Thanks for a great October podcast, everyone.
Let's
explore.